Good morning, everybody. Rodney here. We got Russell Glidham in the chat, or at least he was. I don't know. He may still be. And Philip Koshat is in the chat. So, and I've got Philip in the green room, and I got Mike in the green room. I'll bring them in here right now, actually. Philip?
Hey, Michael? Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So, we'll wait till... Hey, Brad Austin, good morning. We'll wait till we get a few more people for that video there, Mr. Phillip.
It's all good. All good in the hood.
Yep.
All good in the hood.
All good in the hood, huh?
So. How's everybody's morning going so far?
So far, pretty good.
So good. I can't find you on YouTube, Rodney.
You can't?
I don't see. Oh, there you are. No, that's Mitch.
I can probably send you the link.
Oh no, I got the link and all that stuff. I don't see it on YouTube.
Well, no, that's what I'm talking about, the YouTube link, not the StreamYards.
I don't know why I wouldn't have it on YouTube.
I don't know. Lance Cadena was having problems with being in the chat.
I'm gonna get out and get back in again. That's easy.
Now, hang on a minute. Before you do that, I just sent you the link. I just sent you the link.
I got it. I had to reboot the.
Oh, the.
There.
Okay.
I had to reboot my YouTube.
Steve Jennis, Vermont News. Good morning. Let me add him as a moderator here. I know he's been in here before. So B-Rad, how you doing, brother? You've been on an extended vacation, haven't you?
He's fixing to be out here in Phoenix next week.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Are you and him going to be able to hook up?
We're talking about it.
Good deal. Hope you can.
Squeeze me in.
He's a busy guy.
Yeah, I know he's got a lot of family stuff.
You have to get your appointments in early to hang out with Brad.
I kind of talked to him like about 6 months ago, trying to get my name in his list there so I could be on the clipboard,
Hey, B-Rad, we love you, brother.
Say, have his voicemail, call my voicemail, and they'll do lunch.
There you go.
Late year vacations for the wife and I. Oh yeah, he's going to be going to the Las Vegas drone meetup next weekend. Actually, I think it is.
That's what he's doing. That's one of the things he's doing. Yeah. Calendar.
He's checking his calendars.
Good.
I'll pencil you
in. There you go.
Michael, you don't need any appointments to come see me, brother.
Thank you, sir.
Philip does, but not you.
Yeah. I was about to say, hey, that's not what you told me.
Philip, how you feeling today, buddy?
Well, feeling a lot better.
Good.
Me and Ronnie been talking a little bit, and my nose has been stopped up for weeks, and it's been creating havoc. But I'm starting to get there. I'm starting to. I think once the rain hit and everything, I think it started clearing it up a little bit. Good morning, Barkley.
Morning, Barkley.
Morning, Barkley.
Morning, John Boy. All right.
So what'd you have? Just a cold?
A few weekends ago, we went over to mother-in-law's to clean up her place, start working on it, and getting all the stuff and everything. Between the dust and the smoke smell in the house, the next morning I woke up and it was just totally stopped up, and it stayed that way for weeks. And then I lost my voice in one period, or I started to sound like Carl. Matter of fact, I was on Scott's show, and they kept on calling me Carl. Then they say, Carl, do you fly drones? I said, I don't fly drones. I work on lawnmowers. Oh, but
Good to see you're getting better anyway.
yeah, me too. Because it's been dragging me down a little bit too. So we've my wife's blood pressure pills that she started taking, they kind of affected her. Wow, that's nice. That's nice, Rodney.
That's my new computer.
Ooh, pretty colors.
That's a nice desktop.
Did you 3D print? Did you 3D print that?
Do what?
Did you 3D print that?
Yeah. I 3D print electronics, everything. No, actually, I bought it off the Army Air Force Exchange.
Okay.
Rodney?
Huh?
What did that run you?
2,600.
Oh.
It'll be the last computer you'll ever buy. That's what they said to me.
I'm hoping so. Let's see.
A couple years ago, I bought a new laptop, and I just bought a HP gaming laptop. That's all I looked at was because of the processor and the video board, all that stuff. That's what we bought it for. That was $1,500 for that one, I think.
Well, this one was actually it was on sale for $2,600. It ran almost 3,000, and but it's got an i9 processor in it. It's got 64 gigabits of memory. It's got a 2 terabyte M drive, memory drive. That's what the operating system runs on. And then it's got an 8 terabyte hard drive. And then I added 2 terabyte SSD drives that I took out of my older computer.
Nice.
Not
so
really.
You brought all your stuff from your other computer and just plugged it in with putting those drives in that box.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Hey, let me say hi to some people here in the chat. Let's see. We've got 107 Drones. Barkley, good morning. Russell Blaram, good morning. B-Rad, good morning. Scott, good morning. Drone Junkie, good morning. So, wow, you have lots of storage. I do at the moment, and I'm planning on adding. In fact, I've got a 10 terabyte external hard drive that I've got connected up to it as well, and another. I think it's got another external hard drive, but I can't remember what it was. I think it was only a 4 terabyte. But so I've got lots of storage, and the video processing is a lot faster too.
I can imagine.
Yeah. That's the biggest thing I wanted, something that would process the 4K video better.
Yeah, that mini form that I had, it was just a mini computer, but it has a Ryzen 9 and a 32 terabyte. No, it wasn't it had 32 gigs of memory, but and it was okay, but it started slowing down because I guess I had just too much going for it. But anyway, well, looky here. Let's see. Let's bring this character in.
Uh-oh.
And believe me, this guy is a character.
A character?
Yeah. Morning, Scott.
Oh, crap.
Morning, Scott.
He's talking about me? Son of a gun.
Yeah. What you making there, brother?
I'm
looks like a cat cable.
Yeah, I'm wiring internet, and
I
actually finally have fiber at the office or at the farm now. So
he's fixing to do the jiggly dance. He keeps touching them wires like that.
oh, this is low voltage. This is all I'm doing this right here, you know, putting the connectors on. I don't know where the camera is on this thing. So
Yeah,
that's what I've been doing. So Dennis, I was lurking in your show the whole time, but couldn't really respond since I was doing this.
Well, that's fine. You probably would have requested something I didn't know anyway. So
he usually does, doesn't he, Dennis?
no, actually, Scott, I know a lot of the stuff that Scott usually requests. So
Yeah, and I thought a couple of them that I thought I might bail you out because I did hear you said there's. Oh, I'll have to look that one up. So
I struggle with that, but you know, it's why I do what I do. So I love taking requests and hearing something that reminds me of some old song I hadn't heard in years and years, or something new that I'd never heard before.
Your range blows me away. I mean, we throw all kinds of stuff at you, and you provide all the time. So
well, almost put in there a request for Ballroom Blitz from Sweet, but I didn't think you could hit that range. That's a pretty high intense.
That actually sounds familiar too. That's a song, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
By whom?
Sweet is the name of the group.
Oh, you said that. Okay.
The one, Love is Like Oxygen. What's that? Fox on the Run. What's the
Hey, everybody.
I used to think that was they were a one-hit wonder and that was their only song, but I was looking the other day and now they got quite a few songs out that.
Who's that?
I didn't realize. Sweet. Sweet. They do a song called Ballroom Blitz.
Yeah.
And I was going to request that today from Dennis, but I don't think he could keep up with the pace on that one. It's pretty
depends on how fast the key change or the chord changes are. If they're and easy, like if G to C to D or G to D to C or whatever, then that's not too bad. But yeah, it depends a lot.
Dennis, is that your manual fan?
It is. Well, no, the fan. Yeah, this is the fan right here.
Yeah.
Feels so much better.
Good. No batteries required.
Yeah, no batteries required, but pretty soon you're going to run out of energy and the fan ain't going to be useful anymore.
Well, that happened an hour ago. I make every year our church does what we call Operation Christmas Child. We fill a shoebox or more than one with stuff that then on the outside we mark it for a girl or a boy of a certain age, like 12 to 14 or 6 to 8, whatever it is. And usually I just go out and buy some stuff to fill up these shoe boxes. But this year, for one of them, I decided I made a farm tractor. I found the models online, and I found the models for these four spinners, and they're just fantastic how well they work. And then the four spinners come with a stand to put them in, and so these will fit nicely into one of those shoe boxes, and that'll go to some child somewhere, some boy child somewhere.
That's cool.
So Dennis, does that print I assume there's bearings in there that lets that thing spin. So does the 3D
Those
printer
bearings
print
are
bearings
built
and
in,
everything?
it prints in place.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. You see, you can kind of see, if you look closely, you can see the round ones turning.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm talking about right here. You can, maybe you can't because the camera's poor, but anyway, those are the bearings. There's no other hardware inside here. It just prints in place. Now this is 4 pieces, don't get me wrong, but the bearing and all of that prints in place. So everything up to that ring right there, that's all, well, including that ring, that's all one piece. And then the way this all fits together is just interesting, but yeah. The engineer that did this, he's good. He's good. Everything just fits. You don't have
Yeah,
to.
that's something you don't think about is that somebody's got to sit there and design all that so that the printer can get the code, excuse me, and print all that stuff out.
Right, and the tolerances have to be perfect.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Brad Olson is expert at making
Oh, I know
spinners
about
and
Brad.
you know, the people who have that skill, my hat's off to them. This is one of them. This guy was one of them. These guys will just go on and on. I touched it with my hand, but these guys will just go on and on and on for a while. And so you would think that there was actually a bearing in there, but there's not. That's crazy, huh?
Plastic.
Wow, that is insane.
I
That
know.
is.
Look at that.
And
Yeah,
they're
that
all
one's
like
pretty
that.
cool too. Are they all different spokes?
They are. It's 4 different spokes. You got this one. These two looks. That one's called spoke. You can see that it has individual spokes in there. This one is called. I don't remember what this one's called. Blade. This one's called Blade, and this one is called Honeycomb, and this one is called Turbo.
And how long does it take for one of them to print?
Altogether, all 4 pieces, about 15 hours
Oh, not as much as I thought.
for one.
Oh, each.
Yeah.
It's because it changes colors too, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you have to. Well, that if I printed, I could print this all in place, just one go, but it would take probably more like 40 hours to print this one. Right, and I wasn't, but I could print 4 of them at a time. It actually would probably save me time. But anyway, I did it the way I did.
Brad, I consider you an expert, man. All that stuff
I
you
do
print
too.
out and bring to the South Florida drone meetup. Come on, dude.
Yeah.
That's just amazing.
Yep.
Yeah, Brad is he's a good designer. If he doesn't want to be called an expert, I think he'll humbly accept that he's a good designer.
I don't think he has a choice but to accept it. Otherwise, they'd all hate him.
Hey, Rod. Hot Rod.
Hot Rod.
Hey, Hot Rod.
Here's
Yeah,
this is
that's Brad's work.
A B-Rad. And this one doesn't have any moving parts. I'm trying to find the other one that he did for Spin Up last year.
I can quickly put my hands on one. I'll be right back.
So I'm using pass-through connectors this time. Man, so much better.
Yeah, that's a lot easier, Scott. I was about to say, hand it to me, and I'll split them up for you real quick and throw it in there.
Wouldn't that be something if you could do that? Just stick your hand through the screen. Here, do that for me.
Hold on, man.
This is another one Brad did.
Yeah.
And there's one from the South Florida drone meetup that he did.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, so this,
I got to talk to Brad on Tuesday when he was going back.
All right, Scott, here you go. Let me do it for you real quick.
Yeah, I got my boxes over there too. So
Here, let me hand it to you.
Those pass-throughs must make it a lot easier to.
yeah, because see what you do is you put the wire through, and then you can actually look at it and see, okay, everything's right. When you do it with the other one, even though you can sit there and study it and it looks right, and then you go put the tester on it and you find out half the time it's not right.
I sit there with a magnifying glass.
Yeah.
And I check, and then I put it on my tester, and probably 2 out of 10 times one end or the other is wrong, or both.
Yeah,
I have had almost 100% success rate with these, except for I did 3 times. I put it on reversed,
Oh, no.
You know, when it's 1, 2, 3, 4, it was going 8, 7. I was like, and then I did it again, and I did the same thing again. I was like, holy cow. Okay, I'll make sure I do it right this time. And the third time, I did it wrong again. So
each time you're cutting off like that little tiny bit to start over
yeah,
again.
that's what it is, and that's usually what you do when you don't have the pass-throughs. But it's usually because it didn't seat right,
Right.
or a wire didn't actually feed through.
Or one of the wires are shorter than all the others.
Yep. But with this, you can pass it on through, look at all of it, and say, yep, it's good. So
What I
That's what I
hate
do
is
too.
getting the Cat 5 cable, and because I've had to deal with several different types of Cat 5 or Cat 6. You get the kind that has the soft, pliable wires. They're they're easy. They're not stiff. They're flexible. Those for me are the hardest to do.
They are, because they don't always go all the way in.
Right.
The ones that were hardest for me was the old telephone flat cable. That was always the hardest for me. I even had a special stripper for that too. And
The telephone cable's too rigid. It's just pretty much
LED
the
lights
opposite
back
of the
there
other.
that I have behind that cabinet, that's what it's like trying to get them put into their little connectors. They got sticky on the bottom, and you're trying to stick it in, and it's always going like that, and you can't get it to go in right. Drives me crazy.
Okay, who on the panel knows the resistor codes?
I know what a resistor is.
Okay, do y'all know the resistor codes with the colors? Do you know an easy way of doing the colors all the way down the line?
No.
Bad boys rape our young girls, but Violet gives willingly.
Or Billy Brown. Billy Brown runs over your grass, but Violet Gray won't.
Yeah, I learned it the Navy way.
The Navy way.
I've learned two ways, and that's the second way.
Now, I don't remember. Black.
Yeah. The I know what she's saying. The
black,
tolerance.
Black, blue, brown. Black, brown, blue.
Red.
Red on yellow, he's a fine fellow. Red on black, and he's a dead fellow, or something like that. I forgot that one, but that's a coral snake. Or king snake.
Yeah, we got them here.
You can replace that F with anything you want.
Yeah.
Frank Rizzo.
Red on black, Killer Jack. Red on
Jody, Frank Rizzo.
Red on yellow, he's a fine fellow.
Yeah, red on yellow, fine fellow. Yeah.
I forgot the Jack part.
Jack. So you don't know Jack then, right?
I don't know Jack.
Hey, Rodney, you were talking about using a magnifying glass. I have to do that every time. We were at a gem store, and I found this.
Oh, wow.
$6.
Oh, son of a gun.
Got a little light on it.
Even comes with a light.
And it got an extra magnifier one that flips down inside.
Hey, Hot Rod, you have a good day, buddy. Fly safe, man.
See you, Rod.
See you.
Jody's in the house.
Jody.
Frank Rizzo. You know what? Let's see if I have gotten everybody. I think I have, yeah. Yeah. So
I'll be right back. Nature's calling me.
So how much of that are you going to run, Scott?
Oh, I've already run most of it. Man, I don't know how much I ran. I got like 6 cables over here on one side. I got 2 over there. Got 2 behind me. And I got 4, I think, run behind me as well. They're all home runs back to the, basically, I'm sitting almost where my desk is going to be, but back over there is a stairwell, and I'm putting my server room basically underneath that stair. So that doorway.
Okay.
Nice.
The doorway goes into there. But I don't know where I'm sitting unless they're sitting. You might see the blue cables up there in the rafters.
I can see them. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I run two there.
I saw some run behind you.
Over there. And then I ran two right behind me, I think.
Yeah, I see them.
Yeah. So, but anyway.
What sort of hub or switch you gonna connect at the home point?
Say again?
What sort of switch or hub are you going to use at the home point?
I just have a regular old, I think I got 16 switch box
Okay.
that I use.
Yeah.
But I'm probably going to put in a HDMI extender. Not necessarily the extender, but probably the shoot, man, I haven't learned all this stuff. I probably do the there's three versions: the switch, the extender, and the matrix. I'm probably going to put the matrix in so I can. I'll probably end up with 4 screens in here. That TV I just kind of looked at. I've learned that TVs make good monitors.
Well, I've heard if you put the matrix in, Keanu Reeves will visit you.
Is that right?
That's what I heard.
Well, maybe I can learn some of his skills. You know, maybe I can dodge bullets.
That would be nice. I hope there's not an application for that, but that would be nice if it.
Right. True.
Looks like a cookie.
So what's the easy way to straighten out these wires? Anybody got the trick on that?
On the trick, what, Scott?
To straighten out the wires, you untwist them, and then you got to get them straight so you can feed them through.
Take your time now.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. But man, it takes forever. You know, so there's no quick way to do it, is there?
Not really.
You need to go out to the truck and get a wire stretcher. That's what
it's like
Actually,
a bacon.
those will do it. Those will do it.
That's like a left-handed smoke shifter.
Yeah, that's what I used to tell the helpers. If they were just like hovering over me, I'm working on a panel and they're a live panel and stuff, and they're just hovering. And I was like, "Hey, do me a favor." And he's like, "Yeah, go out to the truck and give me a wire stretcher. I'm gonna need a wire stretcher." He goes, "A wire stretcher?" And I say, "Yeah."
That's like sending a new seaman down for 10 feet of water line on a Navy ship.
I was going to ask you, Rodney, how many times have you sent the FNG out to get something that doesn't exist?
Well, I sent one of my third classes down for a calibrated BT punch. And now, let me explain what a BT is. Now, all the sailors out there will know what a BT is, but they're boiler technicians. So, and they work in the fire rooms on ships, on the old ships. They used to have the boilers. Now they're all
obsolete.
Gas turbine.
Yeah.
So
I used to.
Tomas.
So anyway, you'd send someone down there to get a calibrated BT punch, and my third class come back up, and he looked at me and goes, "I don't like you, LPO."
So they go down there, ask
they get punched in the chest.
Yeah.
We used to send
I
them
asked
for,
an apprentice to. I sent an apprentice to empty the bit bucket once on a computer.
We had
where? We got to learn all these terms so I don't get sent somewhere dumb.
You can also send them after a bucket of steam. That's always good.
I had on the Preble, we had a brand new, right out of radioman A school. And the first class radioman called me up and said, "Hey, I'm going to send one of my new guys up for some data bits." I'm like, okay. So he come up there and he had this form And he goes, hey, DS1, I need my LPO needs some data bits. And I go, okay. And I took his form. And I go, well, okay. First off, he's asking for secret data bits. And you're going to have 2 men for that. So you need to go back down and get a second man. And he comes back up, and I go, well, your division officer hasn't signed this. What? It's your division officer has to sign it. So he goes off again. This kid goes off again. Young kid. And then the next time he comes up, him and his partner comes up and goes, okay, division officer signed it. And I said, okay, I handed him a little baggie of what we call chafe from the paper punch.
Yeah.
And these just happened to be pink. So I handed him this package, and he goes, what are these? He goes, that's your data bits. and he looked at me kind of funny, and he goes, okay. And he goes off.
Ken, good morning.
And he comes back up and he goes, oh, he wrote down the wrong ones. He needs top secret data bits. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yep. Left-handed monkey wrenches.
Yeah. So
right.
then we finally let him in on the joke. But it was funny just sending him off to different places.
Oh yeah.
I did a practical joke on another one of my third classes. I had the radioman type up a set of orders for this kid, and they weren't orders, but he had a big fear of going over into the Persian Gulf. This was back when you remember the USS Stark getting hit by that Iraqi missile?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
This was back in that time frame, and we were supposed to deploy into the Persian Gulf over there, but they changed our deployment because we didn't have the CWIS, the close-in weapon system. So they sent us on a med cruise. Well, we were on that med cruise. I had the radioman type up these orders to send him to a ship that was in the Persian Gulf. He was so afraid of going there, you know. He's a good kid. Don't get me wrong. He just didn't want to go to where, you know, in harm's way.
That's for sure.
And but anyway, hey Ken, place it here. Good morning.
Hey Ken.
And so anyway, I handed him these orders, and he goes, well, why me? I don't know, Michael. Washington sent the orders, you know. So he's going around. He went down to the personnel office, got to check out. Everybody was in on it up to the XO, the executive officer. My chief had called, you know, everybody that was involved except for the captain. And so Mike was going around and getting all the things up, and he comes up and he's down in the berthing compartment packing his sea bag because the helicopter was supposed to come for him to pick him up and fly him over to the aircraft carrier, so the aircraft carrier could send him off to the Persian Gulf. Well, anyway, while he was down there, I called him up. I said, hey, I need you to come up here to the shop. He comes up to the shop, and I had the whole crew in there, and the chief was there, the division officer was there. He comes walking in, and we go, April Fools! And he looks dead in my eyes and says, you asshole. The chief goes, are you going to write him up for that? I'll go, no, because that's the exact same thing I did when they pulled that on me. So that was pretty funny. And, oh, geez. When I was on the towers, we had a young guy that they dressed up for the Mel buoy watch. And that was funny. They were wearing a phone talker's helmet, had headphones, boat hook, life vest, you know, a K-Poc life jacket, had a Mae West on, which is an inflatable life jacket that you carry around your waist.
Right.
And they put him up on the forecastle. He was up there for 2 hours and he got his butt chewed out for missing the Mel buoy.
Steve Janess, get a hardened lead hammer.
Yeah, there you go. That was another one.
I just got a message from Lance that says he can't open the chat again on this live stream. He wasn't able to do chat on your earlier live stream or on this
Oh,
one, Rodney,
no.
but
Lance
you don't have
restarts
him
for
blocked, do you?
Well, he did message me too.
Or, my answer at work is, have you rebooted it?
I think he told me the last time he had to do that.
That's what I did this morning. I couldn't get into the chat in YouTube.
He said he was able to smash the like button, but the chat would not open. I should have tried to close the browser and reopen it. Maybe he'll do that again. Lance, if you can hear it, try that again.
Scott, does both ends of those get the same one?
These are just patch cords. So yeah, I can't really sit in front of the computer and do what I really need to do. And then Ken's over here texting me and say, man, I need to get to work, because he's looking up and realize I don't even have sheetrock up yet. So he's giving me a hard time.
But you got to run all your Cat 6 before you do the sheetrock.
That's right.
I got all my Cat 6 done. It's technically done. The only thing I hadn't done yet is I'm on TV antenna, which is right outside that window. I got to run some coaxial for it, and I'm fixing to do that here in just a few minutes.
Crystal Justice, good morning.
Are you putting
Crystal.
coax everywhere?
Am I doing what?
Are you putting coax everywhere, or are you just putting it in one location?
Daggum. I see. Don't ever talk about doing a good job, because as soon as you do, it fails. So I got to redo this one.
You jinxed yourself, man.
Yeah, I know it.
Man, Scott, you got to watch that language, dadgummit.
I remember one time I was putting together a patch cable. This guy says, I need one this long. And I turned around and I said, okay. And I ended up having to cut one of the ends off twice. And I said, how long do you want it? It's supposed to have been a 3 foot. Oh, well, I think it's 2.5 now.
Fly Zone FTV. Good morning, Michael. Yeah, Lance just texted me. He says, yes, I did. Maybe I will reboot my machine. I am in Paul Murray's chat right now with no issues. I will reboot.
That's weird.
That is weird.
That is. I wonder if he just stepped in too soon.
Hey, Crystal.
I don't know.
See, Crystal Justice is in there?
Yeah, she's in there. I said hi to her.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Danny,
You
the
must
Few
have
Chaser.
been asleep, Scott.
No, don't be sorry, Scott.
Yeah, that's what's wrong.
I have been asleep for about 3 weeks.
So, Dennis, did you see? Were you in when I showed that?
No, what is that?
He's a gamer.
That's my new computer.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's going to be staying up all night and playing video games.
Yeah,
I've already got Duke Nukem loaded up. Or no, not Duke Nukem, Call of Duty.
you'll be joining Little Llama
Fortnite.
and Matt North on
Yeah, he'd be a
Fortnite.
Fortnite expert one day.
On Fortnite? I doubt it.
My granddaughter plays that. She's
All
11.
my grandkids play it.
When I was at Matt's place, he played it some, and I got to see that from a gamer's perspective. Is kind of interesting. It's not something that I think would attract me, but it's really quite fascinating what they can do.
I don't know if Ken wants me to show this, but he just sent me this picture.
He's wearing
He's harassing you too, huh?
Yeah.
No, he's just showing me that he's supporting my channel by wearing the shirt.
Oh, I got you.
At least that's what I'm going to say he's doing.
Well, I'm supporting a buddy of mine. He's got a business, the Liquidators. He sells car equipment. he goes, and the amount of restaurants. Y'all see where Wendy's is shutting down 120 locations?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
Lance said he rebooted and he's back and no luck.
Oh man, I don't know why it's like that.
You can try the YouTube app and or the browser, Lance. Maybe
Jody,
the browser or the other one. Maybe one of them will work for you.
Jody, I used to play that NASCAR game. I had the wheel and everything, the wheel and the pedal. And
I
we
did too.
we used to have LAN parties where you would bring your machine over and we'd all have them all in the same room. You know, it's changed a lot, hasn't it?
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and then we had one guy was down in Orlando, so we'd call him up on the phone and put him on speakerphone so he could be part of it too. So it's changed quite a bit.
Yeah, it has.
Well,
Of course, I hadn't done that for a long time. I was in college at that time, so.
We need
We've
more
heard-
dad jokes.
Danny, he was talking about Wendy's. Or not, yeah, Wendy's.
No, when did they make that decision?
Oh,
Wendy's?
it's the last day or two, right?
Oh.
Well, I mean, I saw it posted a day or two ago saying they're going to shut down about 150.
Yeah.
And actually, they said that they're not going negative. What they're doing, repurposing the stores, maybe different locations, and they're going to renovate them. So they're not necessarily decreasing the number of stores.
We've got a Burger King down in Pelham. Years ago, they revamped it and redid it and everything. 6 months later, they shut the doors, and it's been shut ever since.
Well,
Yeah.
Tallahassee, where I'm usually at, had obviously hit a demographic because all of a sudden we got all these new restaurants coming in.
Morning, Randy. That's
A lot of them
Hey,
did. A lot of them didn't make it. They stayed bumping for a little while and then they shut them down. So.
And that's what my friend does. He's, he goes into restaurants that are, closing up and stuff. And, they bought like $28,000 worth of equipment when they first opened up. And that $28,000 worth of equipment now is worth to him $3,000,
Wow.
Yeah.
And they basically look over at him and go, "Man, you're crazy." And then about 3 days later, they call him up and say, "Hey, that 3,000 sounded pretty good to me."
Yep.
So he goes and gets it and repurposes it, sells it, and everything. And I mean, some of this stuff is quality. I mean, really nice stuff.
We have a company that does the same thing in our area as well.
He's got at the house out on his deck. He's got one of those. It's a Coca-Cola glass door refrigerator. They keep their wine and stuff like that in.
And Mike, I think I asked you. You said you're not going to the Vegas meetup, right?
No, even though I'm right here, I just can't afford it right now.
No, Brad. Brad's going to be in your neck of the woods too, right?
Yeah, we've been talking. We're gonna try and kind of hook up and maybe go do a little flying around here. Got a couple places I could take him real quick. Just like a couple hours out and get some good footage there that he doesn't usually see.
Yeah.
I'd like to go to the Vegas one, but man,
You've been putting up some pretty pictures there, Mike.
That was nice.
I'm sorry.
I said you've been putting up some pretty pictures.
Yes, sir. And going back to my toolbox, I guess, or trying to find stuff to put up for like top downs and wide open Wednesday, that kind of stuff.
Been good.
But
good stuff.
all summer long, it's just been so hot. I haven't been able to can't fly at all. Can't fly my FPV drone. It just gets stinking hot. When it's 115 degrees at 10 o'clock in the morning, you can't do anything. It overheats right away. And I mean, it sucks for a couple of months, but now we're into the good time of year where I can fly all year, the rest of the year, and get some stuff.
And he just sent me a picture, or Lance just sent me a picture of what he's seeing, and under live chat, the open panel button is grayed out. He said, but it wasn't like that for Dennis's chat or Paul Murray's chat. Maybe it's me.
Maybe it's you.
Well, I got chats up, but I don't know if it's live chats. Let me see if that makes a difference.
Can you check YouTube Studio?
Yeah, you got to click on the top there. I always make sure I'm on live, not top, because if you're on top, you only get certain ones. If you get the live, it'll show all the chat, all the.
Yeah, let me show you what he's seeing.
If you go to YouTube Studio, Rodney, and channel settings, and then community, there's an area there that will show you what who's blocked on your channel, and it's possible that he somehow got into there.
No, it could be.
It could be blocked by anybody, so it's not something you just necessarily. I mean, by any moderator, not something you necessarily did.
Let me tell you, if I did it, it was purely by accident, because I turned around and saw that the cat was walking all over the keyboard. So, and I told you, I guess that was more your show, Dennis. I was in your, you know, I wasn't paying attention.
Block him. Never like him. He doesn't like that. Block him.
I had all kinds of things up on the screen when I turned around.
What is Scott trying to say?
Okay, so I'm in the studio. Dennis, you said go to where?
Channel settings. On the left near the bottom.
Oh, settings.
Yeah.
Channel.
And then community.
Oh, community. Okay, community.
And then there's an area in there that's about blocked users, blocked channel, blocked something.
But more than likely, you may not see any names in there.
That's true. It's possible, but I just wondered.
No, I know exactly where you're looking at, because I was snooping around. Hey, Stevie.
I don't. Blocked links aren't even. I mean, nothing is.
Nobody's in there, right?
No, because I got. Let me go to defaults. Commands, messages. Okay.
No, it won't be under defaults.
Automated filters. There's managing moderators, standard moderators, approved users, hidden users.
Hidden or blocked?
It says hidden.
Okay.
And then live redirects allow other creators to send their viewers to any of your live streams or premieres.
So the hidden is a list of people, right? Or
right,
channels.
but there's nothing in it.
Oh, it's empty. Okay.
It's empty. And then it has blocked words, add blocked words, and then there's a checkbox for different. Blocked links.
Yeah, YouTube knows what he's going to say, so maybe Lance was going to say something that's in your blocked word list.
Well, all of those are empty.
I'm joking.
I know you are. It just took me a minute to realize that. Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong. It just doesn't work.
Right. That's crazy that's happening to him. I mean, it doesn't seem to be affecting anybody else. Hey, Stevie, Capture Life Connection. Good morning.
So did Mike just say that he might have Palooza in South Dakota?
That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
That's quite interesting.
Has he tried click?
I'd be for a drive up north, couple day drive.
See, try clicking on the live chat. There's a live chat button down by the. Because that's what happened to me. If you click on live chat, it goes away. If it goes away and just shows what he's seeing, but as soon as I click on live chat again, it comes back.
Oh.
What happened?
I see what you're saying. So if you click the X on the live chat, yeah, it says open panel. And then.
Oh, so that's where Troy moved to. That's interesting. Because he was in Wisconsin, I think, before, and I think they did have an event.
Hey guys, I'll be right back.
All
Already.
right.
It's nice he gives us warnings like that.
Yep. Now quick, go back in and change all the settings.
Yeah.
I can still hear you, Dennis.
Well, now
Yeah, Dennis, he can still hear you.
He can probably see you too.
Very likely.
Hey, Scott.
Yes, sir.
I canceled my subscription with StreamYard this morning.
Did you really?
Yeah, I'm gonna start using Restream. StreamYard went up on me to $45 a month, and I'm like, I just really can't.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I don't pay them.
How much?
I don't pay them. I get it for free, and I think the only thing they do is they limit you how many hours or you can be on.
Well, that and limit you of how many people can be on the panel.
6 people. You can have 6 people on
six
panel.
people in the chat or in the panel. And how many hours do they limit you to?
I don't know, but I saw it pop up like on the 28th. It says you got 5 hours left.
Oh,
So when you only come on 1 hour a week or 2 hours a week,
it's all good.
Yeah, it you don't exceed it. So
yeah.
Well, you can
What did it
delete
used to cost, Philip?
It was
again?
$20 a month, and
Twice
I
now.
can handle that for right now. And yeah, OBS, Frank. Me and Rodney was talking about that this morning. I just checked out OBS, and it looks pretty cool too.
but OBS is just like Prism. You got to set everything up.
That was one of the things. It'll take me a while to set everything up. Number 2 is I'm gonna need a beefier computer to handle all that processing. I mean, there's a lot of processing in it.
Well, here you go too. Now you go down that route, and guess what? You're in. Okay, how do you going to have guests on? Well, you have to go through something like Ninja, like is what I was doing. And I'm trying to do a simple copy the link over, put it in, and share it so it would come up, and it wouldn't copy the link and make it work. And I'm like, come on, man, that's simple. That is just copy paste.
Yeah.
And that's kind of why I went back to StreamYard. When it irritated me pretty bad when Chris was there and I couldn't put him on the stream, and it just made no sense whatsoever because I already had you and Rod on. And and I was doing the same process, and it just would not put him in there at all.
I'm setting up Restream right now, and that's $20 a month.
You know, there's another one. Oh shoot, I don't forgot the name of it, but I know because StreamYard has made people upset. These ads are popping up, and one of them I forgot what it's called, but I have heard other people using it or tried it. I think Paul tried it. I can't remember the name of it. But Paul's tried 3 or 4, has he not? He's done Zoom. He's done Restream, StreamYard. I mean, I don't know. There's a bunch of them.
Well, Restream, I've noticed this morning. I like it because now I can show I know you could probably do it with StreamYard, but I've tried my best to figure out how to use it, and it will not work. But you can put your live chats on the side of it and show your live chats. I like that. And you do a lot more with Restream for the price. I was like, okay, well, I'll try it out. I didn't do the annual. I went ahead and did the monthly. That way I'm now trying it. So
Rodney, you paid for your StreamYard, don't you?
I did, yeah, do. Yeah. But I got into it back when it first came out.
Right.
So I got the lifetime discount, but it's still going up.
The lifetime discount.
Never going to change except for this time.
Well, no, I understand. I understand that it's going to, I knew back then it was going to keep, the prices keep going up, but it's just getting ridiculous now.
Contracts.
They want a fixed price.
Contracts mean nothing anymore.
That's true.
Wow. Except for your side of the contract, you've got to honor that, but the other side, it's fluid.
What are you talking about, Jody? He says all these people running Cat 5 or Cat 6 when they ought to be running Cat 5. I ran all Cat 6 through my whole thing, but I just ran a Cat 5 there just a few minutes ago. I wonder what he means by that. If Jody says something like that, I got to run at least over 300 feet, and I think you're okay running Cat 6 at least up to 300 feet. After that, you start getting enough drop, you have problems. At least that's what I did. Now, the technician that came out here to hook this up, he says, "Oh no, you can go 1,000 feet with Cat 6." Well, I've kind of dismissed him as knowing what he's talking about, because I think he's a field jockey, and or not a desk jockey that they sent out here because they were supposed to come out here 3 different times, and then my wife got hold of them, and they sent somebody out here on Saturday. So.
Well, how many?
Funny how the wives will do that for you. Sick 'em.
Let me tell you what, my wife is not an ordinary wife. She, I needed a license one time, and the state I was trying to get my license in started jerking me around. She called the governor. I had my license in within minutes, where before it was just taking a long time. And I was on the phone talking to the license bureau, and she comes in and says, "Hang up the phone." I said, "But I'm trying to hang up the phone." Lady calls me up and says, "Here's your temporary license number. This will be good for about a week, and you'll have your permanent one by the end of the week."
Hey, Scott.
Yes, sir.
I think you're right about that guy not knowing what he's talking about, because I Googled it, and it's 100 meters for Cat 5 and Cat 6.
Yeah, and that's why I said
That's
300.
338 feet.
Right, I
Yeah.
just said 300 to round it off and make it easy for me, since I do Imperial.
If 100 meters is fine, 300 feet is even better.
Right,
That's
should
right.
work. So I am going to go direct burial and hope it works, because what I'm doing is everything's run right now to the barn, and I got to get it back to the she shed. And what I've done right now is put a wireless in the window, wondering if it'll broadcast that far. But I walked over just a few minutes ago, and if you're standing in the door, it works, but it doesn't as soon as you step back 1 foot. So that's not going to work. I definitely going to have to run a cable. And actually, Philip there was helping me out. And, I was going to run fiber. That way I wouldn't have to worry about it at all. I was trying to con them into doing it for me, and they wouldn't do it. So I'm back to but I think I'm going to be just okay. And if not, hey, I change it out. I mean,
Well,
it's not like we don't do our own work. So
get you a box of Cat 6 and just run it on the ground.
on the ground.
And
Yeah,
then try it out. I mean, that's all you can do. Try it out. See if you got any degradation going on with it.
This same desk jockey told me, he told me he would give me Cat 6 ground direct burial. And when the guy came out there, I said, "Hey, did you bring the Cat 6? Oh no." So I already knew he was leading me on, wasn't being truthful about what he was saying. He was just, I mean, I don't want to act like I'm real smart, but I'm not real dumb either. So
Have a good day, Brad.
I can read between the lines.
Yeah.
I bought a big screen way back in the day and was running it Wi-Fi from my modem just over the air, and it kept buffering and buffering and buffering. So I bought a Cat 6 and I plugged in the modem, and it's just under 50 feet from my modem to the TV. And I ran that wire through there, and that changed everything, man. It fixed all the buffering and everything. So,
Man, I am not about wireless. I do not like wireless. If I can direct wire, I will direct wire every time.
yeah.
Barry Markowitz, good morning.
I'm kind of miffed that the printer that I have, the 3D printer that I have, only does wireless. They didn't include
This laptop I'm on right here, it's only wireless. I cannot hardwire it. There is no LAN port in it.
Well, you could if you add one to the USB port.
Yeah, okay. But I got my mouse in one of them, and then I usually have a hard drive in the other one because when I come up here, I've got my everything on a SD card, and I plug that SD card in. I don't mean SD, I mean solid state hard drive.
SSD.
That's SSD? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I bought
state drive.
I bought the other day it's a USB LTE card where I can add my SIM card to it. Have my laptop where I can just carry it anywhere now. And get it.
I understand what it was.
SIM card.
Do what, Dennis?
You don't need a separate SIM card.
Yeah, you need a separate SIM card to go into the device.
Right, so you're paying
I've
$15 a month at least for that service too.
Yeah, I've got my Trip Tech pad that's getting older and older now to the point where it's starting to slow down more. So I'm like, I don't need this anymore. But the laptop, you know, like Minefield, I have to still Wi-Fi. Me and Rodney, we were so close to the hotel. I had to, when I first got to Minefield, I had to move in several places to steal the hotel Wi-Fi. So I had to find me a strong spot, and where we were sitting was the strongest spot. So let me show you what I bought on TikTok the other day. It's a 1080p projector, LED projector. I paid $35 for it, and I used it the other night for Halloween. And I was impressed by it because it's got Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. You can Bluetooth your speaker off of it. Wi-Fi portion of it, it's got all the apps in there like YouTube. And then I was able to add YouTube TV to it. And I was like, this is genius. And I was like, you can put it on your tripod. And it runs. I mean, it fires right on up. It's no warm up to it or anything. And I was pretty impressed for the price. I was like, can't beat this.
You said you paid $5 for it?
$35.
Oh, $35.
But yeah, I used it the other night, and I was like, wow, this is cool.
So, hey guys, old Dingledorf there, Philip, wanted me to show you guys a video.
Dingledorf?
Dingledorf.
I advise again.
That's a technical term, right? That's a technical term. Dingledorf.
Show the right one, Rodney.
So
hopefully it's not called Dingledorf. I don't think I want to see that.
So I'll go ahead and share this. And I wanted to do it while I was still remembering it because I'm likely to forget any time. So
it happened.
Share screen. Do there. Do there. Hit play. Come on.
Not that one, Rodney.
Oh my goodness. I messed it up.
Hey Jody, I understand that all about the Cat 6 and Cat 5 stuff too. I just ran some Cat 5 and wasn't worrying about it. But
Okay,
300 feet, I think Cat 6 is
let's
better.
try this again.
Uh-oh.
Outside Scottsboro at the retreat resort, we all meet. Old friends from the camp out years where we used to be. Hillside filled with glamping tents, tree houses and tiny homes. The golf carts roll up and down the hill. Music and laughter fills the air. Glasses clinking under the starry night. Friendship's flame burns so bright. This is the Glam Pout Retreat, where laughter and old friends meet. Stories spinning sweet and neat. Life feels complete. In a circle around the fire pit, we gather around, playing a game of who am I now. Backwoods calling names in the night, campfire whispers lighting up the sky. Old friends gathering dust from the past, Scottsboro shadows gonna make it last.
Here's a beautiful
As
area.
the embers fade, the moon is high, we tell tales from days gone by. In this space we find our truth, reviving the echoes of our youth. We are older but still carry memories around, feeling younger with the sound. Memories float on a gentle breeze, on a hill where time can't tease. Old friends gather sharing tales in Scottsboro where our spirit sails. Golf carts humping down the slope, under stars where we once dreamed and hoped. Fireside whispers of days gone by, here at Glam Pout where our hearts reside. This is the Glam Pout Retreat, where laughter and old friends meet. Stories spinning sweet and neat. Life feels complete in the sermon tales of years gone by. It's wonder we are still alive. We are older now, but we live as there is always a tomorrow. We are older now, but we live as there is always a tomorrow.
Nice video.
Thank you,
That's
Dennis.
cool. That was an AI song, wasn't it, Philip?
Yeah. That was a.
No, he wrote that himself.
Hey,
He wrote that himself.
wait a minute, Scott. In theory, I did write that myself, and the reason why I say that is I
Because you
let
put the
it
pieces
write,
in.
I let it write me one, or well, really three, and then I went to those three, and then I had to take those lyrics out and put my own lyrics in that matched up to what we were doing and all the friends and everything. So a bunch of that was me putting lyrics in there.
Here's the other thing I know. You did the audio or the singing as well, because I know you got that voice changer thing.
Hey, I use that voice changer Halloween. Basically, I carried around my wireless mic and I went, "Go away," and it goes in the speaker, "Go away." And these people were showing up and they were like, "How are you doing that?" They were freaking out of how,
Personally, I miss Carl. I like Carl when Carl was around. Of course, I know you were suffering while Carl was here, but
it's horrible when you go to answer the phone at work, and they're like, "Philip."
yeah.
Yeah.
You guys remember that commercial that had it was for anti-smoking, had Helen goes, "Hi, my name is Helen. I'd like to help."
Oh, where she's talking through that tube?
No, it was just her voice is so raspy. It's just, yeah, my name is Helen. Oh, you sound like Carl. So Philip, you just typed in everything you wanted to be in the song in the description, and then it put everything together.
Yeah, and once it put together, I looked at it and I said, no, I want to add things like we are older now, but we are older now, but we always look for tomorrow. That I put that in there, and there's some other stuff I put in there too. It's once you start looking at it more and more, and you have to back yourself up and look at it and look at it and look at it. Those guys, I sent Herman a song, Those Guys, and basically that's one that I kind of took away from another song on that portion of it, because I liked it where it went NYC, Those Guys, how you doing. I took that, put it over into this song, but I also made it to where it's pictured in New York and flying around the skyscraper, using different stuff in there. Some days I like doing it more than actually putting a video together, because of the point is, oh wow, you just created a song that basically matches your video. And
have a good day, Stevie.
See
you, Stevie.
But I put that Glamp Out one together pretty quick, and the only reason why is I wanted to get it out to the group that was there, and they're freaking out over it too, because they all send me messages and stuff. Where did you find that song? Because they're like, wow. And but it's AI is scary, but it's cool.
Yeah,
there's a lot of things. I mean, you notice some of these ads now where all these celebrities and stuff, and you're like, why would this celebrity be actually saying that? And you have to sit back and look at it and go, oh, well, that's AI.
Yeah, it is.
And what
scary.
program is that you're using to do that song?
Suno.
Oh, Suno. Okay. I'm just writing that down.
Suno.com.
Yeah.
Or is it .com? Is it .com?
Hey, Rodney, I got a theory. I don't know if there's any truth to it or not, but I always feel the military is about 30 years ahead of us. Would you agree or disagree with that? And what I mean is the regular public gets whatever the military's been working with 30 years in the past.
That's classified, Scott.
We can't tell you that. We'd have to kill you.
Yeah, right. I can't speak for Mike, but I like you, so I don't want to tell you, because I don't want to have to be the one to kill you.
I was on a ship or something like that, and they were talking about having nuclear power, and it's like we had the nuclear power back in year so and so, and that's where I kind of came up with the 30 years, because I started
yeah. I mean, most of the stuff that we as civilians use got its start from military research.
Exactly. And that's what I mean. That's kind of SSD cards. I mean, y'all were on solid state drives way before we got it.
Well, I can't speak to the truth of that. I can only assume that that's probably true.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you that ARPANET.
Hey, Roger. That's Roger, Technique FPV.
Technique. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome back to the chat.
Hey, Ronnie, let's chat in the back room about this, okay? Because Scott really don't need to know. S straight on Scott A, no A.
Roger A.
That's funny. Yeah, you look back at I've always heard it with the space shots. They took a microwave up to heat their stuff up, and that was like years before we ever got a microwave oven. I mean, 10, 20 years before we even thought about that. Of course, then they were the size of TV sets. So,
Well,
That's the reason.
ARPANET, which is basically internet, maybe a simpler version, but ARPANET was developed in the 1960s. I know that for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah,
And
that was and that was military.
yeah, that was military.
So anyway, guys, I need to get on with my day, so I'm gonna go ahead and close this one out.
No, you're not authorized.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, Dennis. I forgot. I should have asked you first.
You can't leave until we say you leave.
That's right.
So I'm being held hostage. Okay.
Your StreamYard hell.
Just explain that to whoever it is that wants you to leave.
But honey, I couldn't clean the bathroom because of YouTube. It held me captive.
They wouldn't
Dennis
let me.
wouldn't let me go.
They wouldn't let me.
Said your wife can do it. That'll go over real well.
Oh, I'm not even going there.
All right. I'll be the first
All I
to
can
go
say
in
is
that
it's a good
case.
thing she doesn't watch my live streams.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh,
Thanks, Rodney. Great show.
thank you,
Thank
Rodney.
What's the
Dennis, thank you for
microwave
being
on there?
here.
We'll see you
All right,
guys.
you guys, we'll see ya.
Bye-bye.
Oh, you have fun working on those Cat 5 cables or Cat 6.
Yeah, I'm fixing. Sheetrock's coming next. I really am fixing to put sheetrock up. So,
Uh-oh.
yeah. All right. We'll see you later.
We'll see
All
ya.
right, guys.
See you,
Later.
Scott.
Everybody in the chat, thank you so much for being here. I do appreciate it. Don't forget tomorrow morning, the Sunday Sunrise Cruise starting in New York with Drone Psyche, a.k.a. Charlie Mafia, coming to me here in Virginia. Hopefully it'll be as pretty today or tomorrow as it was today. And then we'll jump down to Georgia with Dennis Lovelady and then drift on over to the great state of Texas with Chris Hope. And then following Chris Hope, of course, will be Johnny Drone Flyer with Drones and Coffee. Meanwhile, guys, have a great weekend. Say a prayer for our country. Say a prayer for our military people that they come home safely. Say a prayer for our government. And please say a prayer for my cousin. She was diagnosed, had a brain tumor, and they're still waiting on the biopsy reports. And hopefully it won't be cancer. And as Dennis points out, don't forget to change your clocks tonight. It's fall back time. All right, folks, have a great day. Have a great weekend. We love y'all. Bye now.